Well, g'day everyone, it's Warren here from NQ Explorers. I'm on a solo expedition way out in the bush, very remote today, in the side of an old goldfields camp where both Australian and Chinese miners work, so there's a chance for both Australian and Chinese relics. It's a beautiful spot in the bush, but it's a very hot day today. As you can see, I'm sun protected because it's going to be 31, which isn't too bad, but humidity is really high. I hate to think what the UV index is, catastrophic probably. So we're going to suffer for the craft. We're going to find some lovely old relics in here today. Thanks for joining me. Let's get into it. Well, this was a scrappy, fragmented, breaking up signal of 43 to 50. And look what I got. I got a fragment, maybe an eighth, of a very old Chinese coin. So this is the camp where the Chinese miners were back in the late 19th century. Little fragment of a Chinese coin. Fairly typical of these coins because they're cast brass, they are quite fragile. Well, it's pretty warm in here this morning. As you can see, I'm covered for the sun. I might go and sit in that creek later and have a bit of a cool off when we get a few targets. Anyway, we've got a nice repeatable 60s target down here. It's probably going to be a one cash Chinese coin. Let's go and do a live dig. Right, well, I've got the point of the pick. I've got a repeatable 60 signal. As you can see, I haven't disturbed the ground. We'll do a live dig and see what comes up. It's a nice repeatable target in two directions. So let's get into it. Yeah, 60, well, 61, 62. In here somewhere, if you can see this, look how bone dry the ground is. Wet season's coming soon though, won't be like that then. Right there, fairly shallow. I'm in the middle of a little area of earth mounds, which were probably chimney mounds, I'm not really sure, or tent encampment type of situation, where the miners were camped, digging gold here. Still on the ground. Okay. I should have got it. Fairly loamy in some areas down near the creek, of course, but up here it's quite gravelly and clay, little clay bands. Like you can see, I'm on a bit of a clay section here. I probably just flipped that thing out, did I? I didn't see it go anywhere. Okay, let's find him with a detector. Righto. I can flip out of the ground, right back here. In there somewhere. Because it came out with that chunk of clay, obviously. Here we go. Look at that. Okay, so that's flipped out about a foot from my dig, and it's a little half cash. That's a ripper, that one. Little half cash coin and a live dig. What I'll do at the end of the video, because I can't clean them out here, I'll tidy these up just with a bit of warm soapy water. Never do any more than that to these coins. And I'll subtitle a reign date of the emperor. Generally they're 1600s, 1700s, they're quite old coins. They're the oldest coin pretty much will dig every dig in Australia, so a lot of fun finding these. Yeah, that's a little half cash, that one. Righto, on we go. Here's my next target, typical of these camps where Chinese miners were working. It's a flat piece of copper. Probably could be from an opium tin or just a general supply tin. This stuff breaks up over the last 150 years and there'll probably be a plethora of targets right where I am. Right, I'm just working up through this area now. I've got a nice little find up in here. There's a lot of these are ant bed mounds, but you can see there's organised rocks and little gravel tailing piles, which have been in amongst the little dwellings and tents they would have had here. One of those camps that, you know, was only here 5 or 6 years, but they drop plenty of stuff. It's always a great place to come metallotechny. At least my find, it was a repeatable 52, and it's still got some of the silvering on the back. It's a little 4-hole 19th century button Not normally what the Chinese would be wearing, but there would have been white miners in here too, obviously. That's like a fly button or maybe a top pocket button or something. Maybe branded. I'll have to clean it and see. Okay, what we're going to hear is a surface find. One of those pale green rice bowls. You can see the Chinese character on the bottom. Put that in the pocket. Be a nice little photograph display with the coins. Lovely bit of history. Well, I just got a nice little half cash, quarter cash fragment. Maybe identifiable. As you can see, it's got a beautiful patina there. Be able to get some information off it there. That's a ripper. Okay, that quarter cash, the half was over there. And as you can see, I've just unearthed a beautiful 1 cash coin. Bit difficult with the sun at the moment. I want the shadow of the camera there. And look, someone's actually used it, drilled holes in it and used it as a good luck necklace probably. That's a ripper. I'll be able to get a date off that one, or an emperor reign anyway. Nice. Pretty sure this is going to be another one. It walked into a bit of a hot spot, I guess. Get it right on the coil there. There. It's a bit scratchy, but we'll have a crack at it. The light's not, the sun's pretty much overhead, so sorry about the contrast. I've got a 6061 come out of the ground there. In my hand. Probably going to be a coin part. Fragment. No. It's another little button. Nice one. Wow, it's warming up now. Must be getting near midday. I want to go down and get a drink in the creek. I think it's beautiful down there, the way it's flowing. I'm leaving this little area where I've just got those couple of coins, and I've just found another one further up the hill. So obviously the settlement was on higher ground too, not just on the creek banks. Another broken 1 cash coin. Let's have a look at it. This signal was interesting. You've got to dig the 40s in these camps. This was a 43. Like, because they're all different thicknesses because of the castings aren't accurate. They're not struck coins. And this one's only partially complete, obviously. That's a 1 cash. There we go. But it was only a 43 target ID. I have to be careful with that one. She's going to be fragile. Ripper. Interesting surface find. It's the lid off of the wax Vesta matches. Possibly Bell and Black of London. Fairly typical of these camps up here. Can you read that? I'll take a close-up still pic. GoPro's not real useful for close-ups, but it'll be wax Vestas. That's the lid. I have found whole matchboxes complete with the little shelf in it and the striking face on the bottom, but not so with this one. Okay, I just got 2 interesting finds almost in the same hole. Looks like a little brass bell top. I'm not sure what that is. Could be Chinese in origin. And it's shot Snyder, large caliber rifle bullet, 3-ringer. Hit something hard there, but I hope it wasn't associated with the bells and the coins I'm finding. But anyway, someone's had a good shot at something and she's hit it hard. That'll be a Snyder from the 1880s probably, late 1870s. Of course, these mining camps were by definition ephemeral in the 1800s. The creek needed to have water in it to wash the ores and the gravels to win the gold and tin and things in this area. But of course they needed it for drinking, and 8 months of the year there's no water here. So if there's drinking water, maybe they can stockpile dirt and wait for a storm, but most of the time they'd disappear from the area and come back later because it just wasn't habitable during the dry. Just head down the hillside to a live dig. I got a solid 58-60, very shallow. Got to be a 1 cash. Let's go and have a look. Okay, the suspect lies at the point of the pick there. Let's have a listen. Light's a bit better in this spot. 55, 56. See it come off the back of that double D wiggle there. Oh, incidentally, today I'm using Garrett AT Max with the 5x8 core, which is ideal for here because of the target clutter and the iron. close and shallow here. Pinpointer action. I don't see a coin. Oh, it's a little slice of lead by the look of that. Linear. Okay, not a cash coin, but never mind. It's a target. Just got a lovely little Goldfields relic here. It's a pinfire pistol hull. So that's a real authentic Gold Rush munition. I'll take a still pic of it so you can see it better. But yeah, pinfire revolvers were in use up in this area. I guess they're pretty awkward things to use, but that's why they went to the centerfire rounds after these, because trying to load a 10-round revolving pinfire pistol could take quite some time when the enemy was over the hill. Anyway, that's a nice little relic. Okay, just got another fragment of a coin. We're down to the pieces, aren't we? Clearly these were very fragile. Because of the centre hole too, and being cast, they snapped quite easily. I don't think they're actually deliberately broken to make them into half caches, because the half cache coin did exist, as you've seen today. Here's a nice relic. I think it's a pocket watch winder. Get off the coil there so you can get away from the noise. Pretty sure that's what it is. It's a nice little target ID. I think that's a little winder off a pocket watch. Better. A bit cooler down here near the creek. Pretty warm up in that camp now. It's around midday, I think. We'll sit down and cool off for a while. Beautiful spot though. Love it. Righto, as you can see, got the old snake chaps on. Didn't see any snakes today, but it's definitely breeding season for the taipans and king browns up here. Great Chinese relics here today. Really enjoyed that. I love finding those historic links to the past and the contribution that the Chinese miners and market gardeners made to the growth of Australia, colonial Australia. But an interesting thing about the Chinese and the development of a game called Pakapoo. It was prevalent mainly in the Victorian goldfields, not so much in Queensland, and New Zealand. Now when I was in high school, I used to do technical drawing, and my tech drawing teacher, as they were in the 70s, loved the negative reinforcement, so he'd do a tech drawing, an isometric or something, and he'd say to me, "McGrath, that looks like a Pakapoo ticket." So I didn't really know what that meant, because a poo ticket in Australia is obviously toilet paper. I thought he meant it looked like a roll of toilet paper. But actually what he was meaning was the original game of Pakapoo. Now Pakapoo was developed in Victoria by the Chinese gamblers, and basically it was the forerunner of the modern lottery and Tats Lotto as we know it today. So they'd have a chart of Chinese characters, and you'd pay them a halfpenny or a penny, and they'd give you a folded bit of paper with a Chinese character on it, and you had to match the chart, and you might get a shilling or whatever, sixpence back. It was a gambling game. I'm sure it caused a few trouble in the goldfields, given the amount of firearms and the distrust of the Chinese generally, but the white miners love playing Pakapoo because they love gambling. And of course the old bit of paper they used, they just reused, and that was a Pakapoo ticket. So that's why my technical drawing looked like a Pakapoo ticket, not a Pakapoo ticket, if you get the difference. Anyway, it's got a double meaning in Australia, but it's originally from the 1860s, 70s, from the gambling game of Pakapoo. Anyway, that's a nice little bit of Chinese history that contributed to our local language. Might have a little rest, do a bit more detecting, and then we'll head home. Right, I'm going to wrap it up now. We've got a 3-hour drive home on some pretty rough roads, and it's pretty warm. I'll go back to the car and get some lunch and a cold drink. I really hope you enjoyed that little outing today in this beautiful picturesque spot in the bush. Quite remote, took me quite a while to get here, 3.5 hours actually. So I've got 3.5 hours to go back. But I've got some lovely relics there, those Chinese coins I love. I'll be able to date at least one of them, the full cash with the holes in it. The partial coins I'm not sure. We've got the nice Snyder around that have been shot at something, hopefully not someone. And a few other little relics from the 1870s and 1880s. Thanks very much for watching, and happy fossicking. Bye for now.